Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of the great millstone who taught us his truth. Shalom also to the Akim pushing his word in sincerity and in truth, and to the speckled bird across the four corners of the world, and to the few sisters who are listening. To you I say Shalom. Lord willing, this will be an edifying lesson on the brother Chadash here from the GMS Chicago camp, coming back at you with another lesson. And as you can see, the title of the lesson I put, "Be careful with your words." And this lesson was basically inspired, off a read that I was doing earlier, and I was reading the book of Judges. And when you get to Judges, the 11th chapter, all right, you start to read about a mighty man of valor whose name was Jephthah the Gileadite. And we're gonna get right into it, and Lord willing, you brothers are edified, man. All right, you brothers and sisters are edified, because when you read this story, I'm gonna just get straight to the point. All right, the children of Israel were basically being oppressed by the Ammonites, the children of Ammon, and the Lord raised up a judge, which was Jephthah. And Jephthah, basically vowed a vow unto the Lord. And this also, when you read this story, all right, really one of the main things that you need to extract from the story is you got to be careful with your words, man. You got to be careful what vows you're vowing unto the Lord. You got to be careful what you're asking for, what you're praying for, what basically what you say to the Lord you're gonna do, you have to do it, man. All right. Matter of fact, let's get this scripture real quick before we get the story. It says right here in the book of Ecclesiastes 5:2. It says, "Be not rash with thy mouth, and let not thine heart be hasty to utter anything before Yahweh. For Yahweh is in heaven, and thou upon earth. Therefore, let thy words be few." So you have to be careful with what you speak. Do not be rash with your mouth. And when you read this story, all right, matter of fact, right here in my scriptures, because I got my Bible right here in my hand, at the top of the heading, it says Jephthah's rash vow. You see, so it was a rash vow. And we got to be careful, because when you read verse 4, it says right here, Ecclesiastes 5:4, "When thou vowest a vow unto Yahweh, defer not to pay it, for he has no pleasure in fools. Pay that which thou hast vowed. Better is it that thou shouldest not vow than that thou shouldest vow and not pay." You see, so it's better for you not to even make a vow than to vow unto Yahweh Bashmiel Shai and you don't pay that vow. You have to uphold your vows, and us being in this truth knowingly or unknowingly, and it's very worse if you have done this unknowingly, man. You have made a vow unto Yahweh Bashmiel Shai, man. All right? And we have to keep it unto the end. We have to feed the flock and keep carrying our cross and doing this work unto the end, man. All right? But let's get right into the story in the book of Judges. All right, we're gonna get straight to the account. Now when you start off, I'm gonna start off at verse let me see, let's start off at verse 29. It says, Judges 11:29, "Then the Spirit of the Lord came upon Jephthah, and he passed over Gilead and Manasseh, and passed over Mizpeh of Gilead, and from Mizpeh of Gilead he passed over unto the children of Ammon. And Jephthah vowed a vow unto Yahweh, and said, If thou shalt without fail deliver the children of Ammon into mine hands, then it shall be that whatsoever cometh forth of the doors of my house to meet me, when I return in peace from the children of Ammon, shall surely be the Lord's. and I will offer it for a burnt offering. You see, so he vowed a vow unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, and basically, all right, he said that whatever comes out of his doors from his house to meet him, he's going to offer it unto the Lord for a burnt offering. So let's keep reading. It says verse 32. So Jephthah passed over unto the children of Ammon to fight against them, and the Lord delivered them into his hands. So the Lord did what Jephthah asked for. And it says, and he smote them from Aroer even till thou come to Minnith, even 20 cities, and unto the plain of the vineyards with a very great slaughter. Thus the children of Ammon were subdued before the children of Israel. And Jephthah came to Mizpeh unto his house, and behold, his daughter came out to meet him with timbrels and with dances, and she was his only child. Beside her he had neither son nor daughter. And remember what he just vowed unto the Lord. The Lord kept his end of the deal. He delivered the children of Ammon without fail into their hands. So now Jephthah, now he has to keep his vow. All right? And it says, verse 35, and it came to pass, when he saw her, that he rent his clothes and said, Alas, my daughter, for thou hast brought me very low, and thou art one of them that trouble me. And you could imagine that, man. You just came back from defeating your enemies, and you know that you got that victory because of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And you're thinking about the vow. He's, so just from, you got to put yourself in the story, like Apostle Gabar says, man. You got to actually picture these scriptures, man. All right, you got to put yourself in their shoes sometimes and really picture the story, man. All right. You got to imagine, the first sight being his daughter, then him remembering the vow. Like, man, bro. And he had to keep the vow. All right, that's why I titled the lesson, Be Careful with Your Words. Because we have to be really careful what we say before Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, man. Especially if we vow unto the Lord that we're going to do something, if he does something for us. All right? And it says, let me keep reading. It says, verse 35. For I have opened my mouth unto the Lord, and I cannot go back. And she said unto him, My father, if thou hast opened thy mouth unto the Lord, do to me according to that which thou hast do to me according to that which has proceeded out of thy mouth. Salakia. For as much as the Lord has taken vengeance for thee of thine enemies, even of the children of Ammon. And she said unto her father, Let this thing be done for me. Let me alone 2 months, that I may go up and down upon the mountains and bewail my virginity, I and my fellows. So basically, the daughter basically told the father, to keep his vow, only to let her, be alone for 2 months so that she could bewail her virginity, with her fellows, with her friends. And he said, Go. And he sent her away for 2 months. And she went with her companions and bewailed her virginity upon the mountains. And it came to pass at the end of 2 months that she returned unto her father, who did with her according to his vow which he had vowed. So he did what he vowed before the Lord. And she knew no man. And there was a custom in Israel that the daughters of Israel went yearly to lament the daughter of Jephthah the Gileadite 4 days in a year. So as you can see, all right, from this story, all right, Jephthah vowed a rash vow. And we got to be careful, especially in this truth, man. We're getting closer to the end, and as we get closer to the end, all right, we got to uphold our vow of serving the Lord, man. All right, we got to uphold our vow of doing this work. We got to uphold our vow of feeding the flock, all right, because that's what you've done now that you put your hand to the plow, man. You vowed a vow unto the Lord. All right, it says right here in the book of Luke 9:62, and Yahushua said unto him, no man having put his hand to the plow, to this work, and looking back is fit for the kingdom of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. So once you put your hand to this plow, there's no looking back, man. All right, once Jephthah made that vow, there was no looking back, man. He even said it himself. He said, for I have opened my mouth unto the Lord, and I cannot go back. And that's actually in the law, man. Once you vow a vow unto the Lord, you gotta keep it. When you go right here into Deuteronomy 23 and let me see. It says right here, Deuteronomy 23 and 21, when thou shalt vow a vow unto the Lord thy God, thou shalt not slack to pay it, for the Lord thy God will surely require it of thee, and it will be sin in thee. But if thou shalt forbear to vow, it shall be no sin in thee. So, hey, sometimes it's better to not even make a vow, man. Because if you make a vow before the Lord, you cannot be slack to pay it. You got to actually perform it. All right? The Lord is going to require it of you. And that's another thing that you got to realize is that we serve a living power, man. All these other gods that these people serve, these other gods don't require the vows from people, man. People make a vow before, JC. They make a vow before all these, before Krishna and all these different bootlegged ass gods, man. But those gods do not require they do not require from their mouth the vow that they have vowed before them, showing you that they have no power, man. But the power that we serve, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, requires it from us, man. All right, it says right here in the letter of Jeremiah 1:34, in the Apocrypha, it says, whether it be evil that one doeth unto them or good, they are not able to recompense it. They can neither set up a king nor put him down. In like manner, they can neither give riches nor money, though a man make a vow unto them and keep it not, they will not require it. You see, and this whole chapter is basically going into false gods, man. If you vow a vow unto these false gods and you don't keep it, that God is not going to require it. But the God that we serve, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, is going to require the vow from you, bro. Do you understand that? So let's read Deuteronomy 23 and 21 again. It says, and when thou shalt vow a vow unto the Lord thy God, thou shalt not slack to pay it, for the Lord thy God will surely require it of thee, and it would be sin in thee. But if thou shalt forbear to vow, it shall be no sin in thee. That which is gone out of thy lips thou shalt keep and perform, even a free will offering, according as thou hast vowed unto the Lord thy God, which thou hast promised with thy mouth. You see, so whatever words go out of your lips, you got to really be careful what you say, man. Really be careful. Because whatever you say before Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, he's going to require it of you. All right? The scriptures say right here in the book of Proverbs 18 and 21, it says, death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. So your tongue, amen, it even says in the book of, I believe, James, it says the tongue is a small member. But even though it's a small member, it kindles a lot of things, man. Your tongue, it says death and life are in the power of the tongue. You really got to be careful what you say out here, man. It says right here, James 3 and 5, it says, even so the tongue is a little member and boasteth great things. Behold, how great a matter a little fire kindleth. So even though the tongue is a little member, man, this mouth will get you in trouble, man. You say the wrong thing at the wrong time, you're through, bro. You make the wrong vow at the wrong time, and you don't pay it, you're through, bro. You got to be careful with your words. It says, and the tongue is a fire, a world of iniquity. So is the tongue among our members, that it defileth the whole body, and setteth on fire the course of nature, and it is set on fire of hell. Hey, the scriptures talk about how basically you could quench the fire. Let me see if I could get that real quick in the Apocrypha. Right here. It says Sirach 28:12, if thou blow the spark, it shall burn. If thou spit upon it, it shall be quenched. And both these come out of thy mouth. All right, so your mouth, hey, you got to be careful with your mouth, man. You got to bridle your tongue. All right, because your tongue, your mouth, it could get you in a lot of trouble, man. All right, you could either blow the spark or spit upon it. Both of those things come from your mouth, man. All right, so you could say something and get yourself in trouble, or say something and get yourself out of trouble, man. It is death and life are in the power of the tongue. You got to be careful with your words, man. All right, and just reading that Judges the 11th chapter, and just reading the vow that Jephthah vowed before the Lord, just sparked the inspiration behind this lesson, man. It just made me meditate, on a lot of things that I have said before, just, because we really do got to be mindful of what we say, man. Truthfully, man. All right, it's a cut to me, and Lord willing, this lesson, it helps brothers, just be in the spirit to really just watch what they say, man. All right, this mouth, it'll get you in trouble, man. All right, so with that, Lord willing, this was an edifying lesson. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Ruach HaKodesh. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of the great millstone who taught us this truth. Shalom and Abba.